Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I know what you're thinking. This is like the same look, the same outfit, even the background looks the same. That's because I've decided, accidentally, that I'm going to film all my videos in one sitting. This is the fourth one, so if this gets a little bit weird, then that's probably why. However, this video I was tagged in by Amanda D. I'll link her channel down below. She's a good friend of mine, and she messaged me and she was like, I've tagged you into a thing, and I was like, oh no, what have you tagged me into? So I watched the thing and I wrote down all the questions in my trusty notebook here, so I'm just going to go through them. This is the Project Pan Questionnaire Tag. So the first question is, why did you start panning? I started panning because I was watching other people pan, and it really pleased me. It made my OCD feel so good to see people using up a product and then throwing it away. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to use something up completely. It doesn't matter what it is, use it up completely and then have the pleasure of being able to throw it out. It's something that truly pleases my OCD and pleases me and makes me feel good on the inside. So when I discovered that there was this thing that people do where they use up their makeup and their body products and their skincare and their hair products and stuff, I was like, I have to do this thing. I have to. So then I started, spoilers for the next few questions, by the way, I'm just going to keep talking. So then I started to do my own mini projects. I think I did 13 by Halloween in 2014. What year are we in? 2015. And I did that for myself, just for myself. I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it. I may have told my boyfriend that I was doing it, but I don't remember telling him. And then, so I did that, and then I created an Instagram. I didn't have Instagram before this. Like, I know what you guys are thinking, but before I was on here, and before I started Project Panning, I hardly had any social media. Like, I had Facebook, and I had Twitter, which Twitter I don't really use. I got Twitter because it was good to communicate with people within my industry for work, but I don't really use it for anything else. So I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have Snapchat. So people at uni tried to get me into Snapchat, and that wasn't happening. I was like, what is the point? I don't need to see your food. I'm sorry, guys. If you like Snapchat, you do you. It's amazing. Do whatever makes you happy. It wasn't for me. I didn't really see the point to it. So I didn't have anything like that. And then somehow I got Instagram because I got back into makeup, and I was enjoying following all the big famous YouTubers also on Instagram, and that's all I was doing. And then I found out that the Project Panners I was also watching also had Instagram, so I could then follow them on Instagram as well as on YouTube. So I knew that people did it on Instagram, and so I thought, I'll do this one, see how we get on, which was the 13 by Halloween. So I did that one, and then I was like, oh, well, people are now doing a Christmas one. I wonder what will happen if I put it on my Instagram. So I put it on my Instagram, and then I think through the entire length of the project, I then had maybe 150 to 200 people following me, starting from zero. Bearing in mind, none of my friends are on my Instagram. None of my friends. Purely because, one, nobody cares. I know that sounds really sad, but they're not so much into it as I am. And because of that, I didn't want to force them to have to witness it. So I made sure that none of my friends could follow me. If I found them, or if Facebook would do that thing where it talks to all of your apps and it told me, hey, your person from Facebook is actually on Instagram. Do you want to follow them? And I'm like, no, I want to block them. No offense to my friends. I love my friends, but it was to stop that crossover. So people on my Instagram are strictly there to see my Instagram, and that was the way I wanted it to be. That was a really long-winded way of answering that question. Did you get the answer to that? Because I just basically talked at you for 5 minutes. So the answer to that question is because I wanted to use up my crap. The next question is, what is the most rewarding part of Project Pans? I think I answered that in my previous answer. Basically, I just love using up the stuff. I love having the stuff and then using up the stuff and then throwing the packaging away. That sounds weird. You guys probably get it. Like, to outsiders, they're probably like, girl, you're crazy. You need to see somebody. But you guys probably understand because, you know, you do it with me. You follow this journey. Yeah, I think that's the most rewarding part, is using up the stuff that I acquired that I've spent money on. And I enjoy following how much money I've spent. So like when I do my empties, I'll put how much money that was worth. I really enjoy that because it shows me how much money I've actually spent on this stuff. And for the most part, yes, I am on a no-buy, but I do acquire things when I go abroad. So that still goes towards that count, and I just, you know, work out the exchange rate as and when. But that still goes towards the count, and so I still see that money that I've spent. So that's another thing that I enjoy, you know, seeing and as a part of my Project Pans. The next question is, what is the most challenging part of Project Pans? Maybe keeping focus. Well, once you get near a goal, or I find this, once I get near a goal, I'm like, oh, I've nearly finished that. I've got ages left, you know, it can just be forgotten. And then it just gets forgotten until the end of the project. And I'm like, oh, hey, I forgot this thing. I think that's the most challenging thing, is to keep the focus once I'm close to the goal. I am working on it. And I think what will be good for me is to have a project where you focus purely on the stuff that's nearly finished, because that for me would be like, I could finish loads and not lose focus because the things would be over so quickly. So I'm looking forward to starting that sort of thing. How many Project Pans have you done? Do you plan on doing any more? So I have no idea how many Project Pans I've done. I must have done 20 or so. Like, I've been doing Project Pans since November, well, before November, since about August 2015. Through on my own, and then onto Instagram for the Christmas one, and then Instagram for a whole year, and now I'm on YouTube. And I think I've done one completed one, 2 completed ones, and 1 nearly finished. So yeah, 3 finished projects since I've been on YouTube. And it's only been, what, 2-3 months? Maybe less than that. I have no idea what that was. If you guys heard that, I have no idea what that was. It was outside somewhere. Do I plan on doing any more? Yes, I do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 off the top of my head that are going currently, and 3 or 4 that will be coming in the future, which I shan't spoil you about. So yes, I will be project panning for a very long time. So if you guys aren't here for that, then you're probably in the wrong place. Are you doing any additional projects in addition to Project Pans? Yes, I am. There's one which I can't talk about, but you'll see that shortly. And I have started Stars and Strikes with a bunch of ladies. So what that is it's basically a best and worst series. We'll probably run until the beginning of October. And we basically pick categories for each fortnight, and then within that video we talk about our best and worst of a certain product. For example, I just finished filming and it's uploaded, the bronzers and highlighters version of that. So I'm doing that, as well as some other things which I said I can't talk about. Do you limit your spending or go on a no-buy? I have definitely already answered that one. So I am on a no-buy. I have been on a no-buy since January 2016. The only time that I ever buy things for myself that I do not need, and this does not just cover makeup and beauty and hair care and skincare. This covers everything. So I can't buy candles that I don't need, or I can't buy DVDs that I don't need because I don't need DVDs. Nobody needs DVDs. I can't buy video games that I don't need. I can't buy books that I don't need, except on the occasions that I go abroad. So as soon as I enter the airport, I start buying stuff, and then when I leave the airport, the other side of the trip, I stop buying stuff. And normally those trips are, I do go away maybe 5 to 6 weeks out of the year with work, and the rest of the time I'm on a complete no-buy. There was one time where I wasn't on a no-buy, and that was for the whole of January 2017. As soon as February hit, that was it, back on the no-buy. And that'll probably happen for a while until I use up my collection. And even then, I will continue my no-buy to a sense where there are some things, even if I got my collection down to very, very small, there are some things that I have a lot of and will take a lot of work, like highlighters and blushes and eyeshadows. So if I ever come off my no-buy, it'll probably be a case of I can buy anything apart from these things. And it'll probably be a case of Andrew going, Claire, you can't buy any of these things. And then give me a list of the things that he thinks that I have too many of. Because it's always better to get somebody else to say, Claire, you have too much of stuff. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I need all the things. And they're just like, no, you really don't. So, yeah. So that answers that one. I've lost my pace in this booklet. Who are your favorite Project Panners to watch? So I have my friends. Most importantly, my friends. Amanda D, Jessica, Floralisa, Julie from Nobody's Beauty Guru, and some other ladies. There's so many ladies that I'm talking to now. I'll link as many as I can down below. But all the people that I've met recently are amazing. And if you're one of them and I've had the privilege of talking to you, thank you for being in my life. I really am grateful that you would ever consider talking to me and holding a conversation with me and considering me one of your friends as well. So thank you for that. In terms of people that I watch that have no idea who I am and probably will never ever watch me, I like to watch Heather from Love Heatherette. I used to watch Meg from Meg's Makeup 8 quite a lot, but she seems to have been really quiet as of late, and nothing against her. She's kind of moved away from the project panning, so I've kind of moved away from her channel because I was there for the project panning. So, but she's lovely, and check her out and stuff. But it's just not for me anymore. Cherish from Pretty Pistol 86. She's awesome. I aspire to be her, I swear. And also Amber F. So yeah, some of the old school project panners that everyone else is watching, I tend to watch them as well. What is your number one tip for a successful project pan? Okay, so my number one tip for a successful project pan is to pick stuff that you love. Pick stuff that you use up on a regular basis and get used to being able to finish a product up and completely and throwing it away. Like if there's something that you use time and time and time again, even if it's a bubble bath that you buy over and over and over again, just maybe put it in a project and then follow your progress and see how long it takes you to finish up that product, and then just throw it in the trash. And then start adding in more things that you enjoy, that you use up on a regular basis, and then throw them in the trash. And then all of a sudden you've got 10 things that you really enjoy using up, and hey, you've got yourself a project pan. So what is your goal for your makeup collection through project panning? I don't really have a goal, to be honest. Right now, I don't really have a goal. I know I need to use up some stuff, but I will keep noticing things that I like, and I probably will keep buying things. So I'm using stuff up as I'm bringing new stuff in. It would be nice to have certain things and to be able to find, through project panning, to be able to find my favourites of certain things. Like, for example, I know what mascaras don't work for me now. So I know which ones to avoid, and I will never buy those ever again. And I would not have learned that. I would have just kept buying crappy ones, and they would have sat in my collection if I didn't pan them. Eyeliners as well. Eyeliners I go through a lot. Like, eyeliner is my one thing. I know I said I love highlighters, and I do love highlighters. But eyeliner is the one thing that if I could have nothing apart from one makeup item, I would pick eyeliner. Because I cannot go anywhere without eyeliner on. It changes the shape of my eyes. I don't like... I mean, I'm happy with the way I look, but I much prefer it with eyeliner on. So, yeah, so I tend to use up eyeliners quite a bit. I have loads that I need to get through, and hopefully through that I'll find out the eyeliners that work for me and the ones that don't, especially for where I wear them as well. I tend to wear them in the waterline and, you know, the top line thing. So they tend to, you know, smear and smudge with you blinking throughout the day. So find out the ones that work in the waterline, you know, find out the ones that don't. And then I'd never buy those ones again. So yes, that is what I'm hoping to achieve. Which project panners do you tag to do this? Okay, so probably everyone who's watching this has at some point seen one of these projects, right? I have no idea at this point who has done it and who has not. So what I'm saying to you is the people that I tag are you people that haven't done it. Every single one of you that have not done this questionnaire tag thing, I challenge you to do it. And then tell me you've done it so that I can go and watch you. Okay? So that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.